Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the show. And welcome to a Sunday stream. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is, whatever day it is. I hope that the weekend has been treating you well. And thanks for coming to join me on a Sunday stream for some more door kickers, too. We're going to get back in country and Nowheraki and put some foot to infrastructure with some hot top down tactical action today. And hopefully, now, guaranteed, nobody is going to die today. You heard it here first, folks. Nobody's going to die. I promise you that. But good to see you. Glad to have you. Glad to see you guys. And let me tell you, chat, for those of you that don't know, boy, oh boy, it has been a week of weeks. And I am so fucking glad that the week is over and that the weekend and the stream day are finally here because good God, I needed it. I needed it. But I will get into that shortly, of course. You guys know we got a lot to talk about today. If you've been paying any attention, not only to the goings-on in the anime world, but also if you were paying any attention to the opening, to the preamble, to the pre-stream music list, I'm going to start off with that because my goodness, chat, summer 2025 is going to be a banger and is already becoming one, depending on whether or not you're watching these shows as they premiere. But just a few excerpts from this season, because listen, chat, I was complaining during spring about how there wasn't really anything that I was excited about watching during the anime season. And the only show that I really wanted to watch was Lazarus, since it was coming from the creator of Cowboy Bebop and everything else. But like, Lazarus was just okay. Like it, and maybe it might be my fault. It might be my fault because I was expecting, I mean, look, Cowboy Bebop defined anime for like a decade, maybe more. I mean, there are still plenty of shows, especially in shonen and seinen, that are taking their inspiration and their ideas and their direction from bits and pieces of Cowboy Bebop. Like, the show's legacy will live far beyond its creator. And so I guess maybe I thought with Lazarus, this being the first major show that the creators come back to work on since, I was like, oh man, he's been cooking for 20 years. This has got to be good. It's gonna be great. And it was just okay. Like don't get me like it. I'm not saying that Lazarus is a bad show. It's not a bad show. It's just like, it's not the show that my brain hoped it was gonna be. I was expecting something transformative. I was expecting something to redefine anime again, to do what Cowboy Bebop did 20 years ago, 25 years ago now. And again, that's my fault. Like, I'm not blaming the show because my expectations were too high. But like, for me, Lazarus was pretty much the only show last season that was worth watching. But then we get to this season, and even though it's a lot of sequels, I'm still very excited because just off the top of my head, and I'm gonna miss some stuff, but just off the top of my head, we got Dandadan Season 2, we've got Dress Up Darling Season 2, we've got Kaiju number 8 Season 2, we've got a new season of Bunny Girl Senpai, which, like, I didn't even know I needed that in my life, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, frick yes. Like, trust me, out of all the shows that I saw for summer 2025, Bunny Girl Senpai Part 2 is the one that I am most excited about. Because, I mean, I know I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to bore you guys, but I have feelings about that show. Like, that show spoke to me in various ways, and I really really liked Bunny Girl Senpai. So like to see that it's getting another season when I basically figured it was done, and it was net like they didn't need to continue the story. So the fact that we're getting a continuation anyway to me is outstanding. And so I'm very very excited to start watching that. But in other news, of course, oh shit, Jesus, my bad. In other news, of course, gaming news this week. I think is the Steam Summer Sale still going on? I don't remember. But the Steam Summer Sale has been going on for a while, and for where that applies to you guys, let us just say that I have made a couple of purchases that I said I was gonna make because the games in question were on sale, and so I have some plans for the future. And I'm not going to tell you what the plans are because I think it's more fun if I don't tell you, of course. But let us just say that I have made some purchases. That's all I'm going to say. I'll let you guys titillate with anticipation at what that could possibly mean. But hopefully you guys will be enjoying the fruits of that purchasing labor in the near future. And yeah, Wasteland Wanderer beat me to it. The other big news in gaming this week, of course, is for those of you that were not paying attention to the Discord or were not paying attention to the internet in general this past week, Arrowhead, the developers of Helldivers 2, put out an hour-long stream of which only about 3 minutes were a trailer announcing that finally, after much anticipation, Helldivers 2 will be coming to Xbox. And it's, I don't remember exactly, it's the latter half of August, like August, for some reason I want to say August 26th. I don't know why, but that's the date that's standing out in my mind. But in August, oh yeah, Erst also mentioned Edge Runners 2. Edge Runner Season 2 is also an anime in summer 2025. So that's another one that I'm excited for. But that's what I was like, there's so much going on with summer anime 2025 that I'm just forgetting how many different shows there are. But yeah, we got a lot going on. We're getting more dudes in Helldivers. We're finally gonna be getting the Xbox boys in there, so it's gonna be great. I mean, to me, bringing in the whole Xbox crowd, we're gonna have baby divers all over the place. So it's on us. It's on us, the veterans, the veteran Helldivers, to make sure that we give them a warm welcome. And I know, like, there's people in the community, especially the PlayStation fanboys, that are out there, like, saying that we should team kill all the Xbox players and all this and that. Is like, you're a fucking asshole and no one likes you. Like, if you're one of those people that's out there saying that we should be team killing Xbox players just because they're on Xbox, fuck you. Fuck the horse you rode in on. Get the fuck out of here. No one likes you. Like, I absolutely hate that stupid cult, like, tribal mentality of my console's better than your console and I want to make you miserable to prove it. Like, all that does is prove that you're an asshole and that you shouldn't be playing the game. So I just, like, I don't, anyway. I mean, to be fair, listen, I know everybody's like, oh, let's bash on the PlayStation fanboys. Look, Xbox fanboys are just as bad. They are just as fucking bad as the PlayStation fanboys. They were doing the same shit with Starfield. Like, it doesn't matter. It's all tribalism bullshit. It's all nonsense. It's so no, just because it's PlayStation this time doesn't mean that the Xbots get a free pass. But anyway, so yeah, I'm excited to see a bunch of new players coming into Helldivers next month. It'll be great to get some new blood in the fight, in the galactic war. And I mean, you guys already know, I've explained this before, but when I play Helldivers 2, I prefer to play with randos because I like to get in there and, well, like, I enjoy playing with lower level players so that I can kind of help them and show them how the game works. And because there's a lot of mechanics that aren't explained very well, and there's a lot of other stuff that's just kind of very opaque. And when you play, especially with experienced players, they kind of just expect you to know what to do, and don't generally have a lot of patience for people that don't. So for me, I'm very much of the opinion that, like, I want to make the community better and I want to make players feel welcome. So like I love going in with lower level players and being like, "Hey, listen, here's what you need to do on this objective. Hey, there's, this thing over here, we should go check it out." And making sure that we get all the points of interest so that they can get their super credits and buy war bonds. And in general, just make sure that they're having a good time with the game, because I have had a great time with the game. Um, and I want everybody else to have a great time with the game as well. Because I think, I'm going to be honest with you, chat, I think Helldivers 2 is a once in a gaming generation experience, because this is the kind of gaming experience that we simply have not had for probably 2 decades. The kind of gaming experience where everybody can collect. God bless America. I apologize, Chad. Anyway. But it's the kind of gaming experience where everybody can come together and we can all collectively enjoy the same thing for the same reasons. And it's just something that we as gamers have not had for a very, very long time, because the gaming landscape has become so spread out and so disparate, where, everybody's off in their own little corner doing their own thing. And Helldivers 2 has kind of brought the gaming community back together a lot more than it has been for a while. So like that's to me, like, that's why I love Helldivers 2 so much, because of it has done something that I didn't think was even possible anymore. Why you starve? I starve myself because I hate myself. Now, I'm just really bad at taking care of, like, listen, and I have the same problem when I work too. Like, I focus too much on other stuff, and I don't listen to my body. When my body's like, "You need food." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm doing something." And my body's like, "Yeah, but you need food." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm doing something. Shut up." And then I just ignore my body. It's the same thing with water. When my body's like, "Hey, you need a drink." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm doing something." And then my body's like, "Hey, if you don't drink, you're gonna die." And I'm like, "Then I guess I'll fucking die, because this is more important." And spoiler alert, the thing that I was doing was like painting a Warhammer figure, and it actually wasn't important at all, and I could get up and get water at any time. But it's just how my brain works. I don't know what to say. It's just how my brain works. Oh my goodness. You guys you're going ham. Autumn says, "I appreciate being here." Well, thank you, Autumn. And I appreciate you being here as well. I appreciate all you fucking donkeys. I really do. Again, especially after a week like this week, with all the stuff going on at work. And I'm just like, I came home so fucking salty on Thursday. Like, I was so mad. And like, being here a couple of days later, I'm just like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So everything is good. What Warhammer Mini? In this case, it was just an Imperial Guardsman. Look. I have a disease, and it's called, I have an Imperial Guard army, and I play Infantry Guard. I know that the Guard is the tank army. Well, I don't play Infantry Guard because I don't play 40k anymore, but I collect Infantry Guard, not Tank Guard. So, again, I have a disease. I regret nothing. I'm not apologizing. I'm just saying, like, I like painting little dudes. It's a thing that I enjoy. Tank army. I mean, look, Erst, in the meta at least, for at least the last 5 editions of 40k, Guard has been a vehicle army. Because you are never going to see anybody taking an infantry list to a tournament unless it's as a meme. Or if it was Aquilon's, like, 6 months ago when they were busted as fuck. But yeah, like, originally the Guard was meant to be the human horde army. Because you had the orcs, you had the Tyranids, and the Guard was meant to be the, I mean, I hesitate to say good guys because there are no good guys in 40k, but like, they were meant to be the, I guess, the chaotic good horde army. And then somewhere along the way, they figured, why would we charge $30 for a 10-man squad when we can charge $80 for a tank? But I still think, like, look, I love Warhammer Fantasy. I love the square blobs of infantry. I play Total War games. I am like a kid just mashing my toys together and making explosion sounds. Okay? Look, that is just who I am. And to me, it's not as fun to do that when it's a tank and a Imperial Knight versus an entire, like, handful of little infantry dudes smashing into another handful of infantry dudes. Also, tanks is expensive, you guys. I don't know if you know that. Have tea on one side of the table, have coffee in the middle of the table. I'm crazy because I don't know I'm drinking both. I mean, why not mix them together? Why not mix them together? I mean, just mix the coffee and the tea. We're already a cult here, and we're already all about that heresy. Like, at this point, mixing the coffee and the tea would be the ultimate heresy. And personally, I think it's very fitting, being that we just had the 4th of July this week. I mean, I'm just like, what is the ultimate insult to all of the UK and English folks in the chat? Mix that coffee with the tea. That's how you do it. If you want to piss off every single Englishman in chat, that's how you do it instantly. I'm just saying. That, or say something negative about the Queen. I mean, either way, your pick. Generally, the bad-mouthing the Queen, they'll just start a fight. The tea, even though the English don't typically carry firearms, they will somehow find a gun and pull it on you, though. And there we go. We are back, chat. We are back in Door Kickers 2, back in Nowheraki to put foot to infrastructure. We're gonna kick the shit out of some doors. And for those of you that don't recall, we did have some casualties last time around, and they were almost entirely because of me. But we have some replacements, and let me see. I'm apologize in advance, but I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Who did we have? We had Kylania, was one of our new members that joined up, and we had let me see. Oh, here we go. And we had Omega Forged, which I know they were here in the chat a little while ago. I don't know if they're still here, but those, I believe, were the two that we brought in. And so we're introducing you to the new squad members before we get stuck in to the next operation. Yeah, Omega Forge says I do exist. Well, outstanding. I saw your profile picture and I wanted to do something reminiscent of that, but I couldn't actually find the source image since your profile pic is like 32 by 32 on Twitch and reverse image search didn't bring anything up. So I just went with Dirge in a Hitman outfit because I feel like that's appropriate given the setting. DLC for Mercenaries 5 is getting Clans DLC, just letting you know. Yes, correct. To King Panzer's point, if you guys did not know, I think it was last week or the week before, Piranha announced that they are in fact doing a Clans DLC for MechWarrior 5 Mercs. Not Clans, but for Mercs. And it's supposed to, I think it starts in 3050, with you helping Rasselhaig and basically starting out at the very beginning of the clan invasion. So I don't know if it's planning to cover the entire clan invasion or just those very early parts, but it'll be interesting because it's a part of the Battletech lore that hasn't really been covered in the games. Like, in most of the games, the clan invasion has either already happened and you're in the middle of it, or it's coming up and, like, you know, you're building up to it. But, like, the actual beginnings of the clan invasion hasn't really been touched on until, obviously, MechWarrior 5 Clans came out. So I think it'll be interesting to see it from the Inner Sphere's perspective, as opposed to the clan perspective. Yeah. It has been a while. But anyway, chat. Anyway, we are back in Door Kickers 2, and we are ready. As you can see, we have collected quite a few medals here for different campaigns and tours of duty. Most recently, for Operation I'm on a Boat. And for those that were not here for it, Dark Naze, at the end of that operation, decided to take a huge risk for the team to defuse an IED that some CIA asshole had decided to try to set off and kill all of our people. But he managed to defuse it, so he not only survived, but he also saved the rest of the squad. And for that, we gave him another battle honor. Since we only got one battle honor from that operation, we gave it to Dark Naze for taking that sacrifice. And for what it's worth, the CIA guys were rough. Like, they were bad. That's why we lost people on the last op, because they were very, very good. They were very accurate, they were very deadly, and we did definitely lose some people as a result. But, with that being said, I don't think, we just have the custom campaigns at this point. We've already finished up all the operations that come with the game, but it might be worth it getting into some of the missions. To close out the stream, we did Bridge Assault, which was an outstanding excuse to just start bringing all of the goofiest weapons that we had, like grenade launchers and rocket launchers and heavy machine guns like the Cord and all that other stuff. So it was an opportunity to play around. So I'm thinking we can continue the same, continue to do some of these standalone missions and see what they're all about. Because as I explained before, with these standalone missions, while there's no risk of death, if anybody dies, they don't perma-die like they do in Iron Man. These are all bespoke missions that have been hand-built. And so there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. And specifically in this one, it's a big bunker complex. Or it's like a fortress complex and there's some bunker stuff in here. As you can see, we've got like a little bunker complex here. We've got like some side buildings in a compound. We've got gate access on either side. And then of course, just in case you needed any help with figuring out whether or not we're killing the bad guys, row of hostages lined up against a bus with cameras pointed at them. In case you were confused or like thought there was any moral ambiguity here. But yeah, this is the mission that I said we were gonna play this time around, so I think it's time that we get into it. And because somebody brought it to my attention, I've had a bad habit recently of starting at the top of the list every stream instead of starting off where we left off. And that means that the folks at the beginning of, or are at the bottom of the list, don't get as much stream time as the rest. That's had two effects. One, it means that they don't get out as much, but two, it means that they've missed out on some of the worst of my bad tactical decisions. So I think it's time we level the playing field, chat. I think it's time we leveled the playing field and equaled the risk. So let's see. I think we'll start with Kylania, because they only just went on their first mission last time around. We can take up to 8 people, and I'm definitely going to take the full squad since this isn't an operation. We don't have to worry about fatigue or injuries, so we can take the full allotment of folks.
To serve.
Let me see. We'll take max damage.
Where do you want us, sir?
Static charge.
We will serve.
We got Vio with the RPK.
Where do you want us, sir?
We got Brewster with an AUG. Travis with the bitch.
Affirmative.
We can't say that the bitch protects anymore because unfortunately Capsty bit the dust on the last stream. Equal suffering for everyone. I agree. I agree. Let's see. We got Wasteland Wanderer as well.
Lift! Lift! Right, lift!
And we'll get Dragon
Sir,
Nonsense
yes,
in here.
sir.
Now this is obviously a night mission, so we need to make sure everybody's got NVGs. And obviously a helmet that will accept NVGs. Now wait a minute. Okay, so the LZSH is higher mobility, lower armor, whereas the 6B7 is higher armor, lower mobility. But both of them can accept NVGs. Let me see here. Alright. Gotta swap these out. Sorry, Chad, it's gonna take a second. We had the bottom half of the roster all kitted out for heavy combat, as you can clearly see. Let's see, Wasteland. I don't think a shotgun or an SMG are gonna do you a whole lot of good this time around, so let's see. I think we just get you back on the default AK for now. RPGs are good in some scenarios, but not all scenarios. Wasteland wants to go full 6B4. I mean, you're still wearing it, buddy. AUG with the long barrel, we can do that. Yeah, that's... Unfortunately, the A1 AUG does not have a lot of options. But of course, your mobility is going to be ridiculously low. Oh, no, yeah, if I remember right, Black Hydra was in, and then, yeah, you're still here. You're still here. Black Hydra is, in fact, still in the game. Autumn says, I just paid a commission to get a pilot done and added to BTA 3062. I'm so excited. Well, congratulations, Autumn. I know that they don't always take the commissions, but good on you for getting your character put in the game. At some point, we're going to go back and play BTA, so hopefully we'll run into you when that happens. You'll have to tell us in the Discord about who you had added so that we'll know who to look out for the next time we play. Let's see. I'm okay with keeping Wasteland with the smoke and the incendiaries. Smoke isn't going to be super useful in the dark, though, now that I think about it. So maybe we go with some frags instead. And maybe we go with some more frags because mo boom, mo better. I mean, the RGD5 frags just don't really weigh that much. And even though Erst did what I asked and put the reminder in the thing for me to rebalance the weapons, I didn't do that. Like, I was gonna do it, but then the week just kind of went pear-shaped on me, and I was very tired and didn't really have a lot of spare time, so unfortunately, I did not rebalance any of the weapons this time around. I haven't forgotten. I just didn't really have a lot of time. Let me see. Dragon Nonsense. Again, I'm just gonna throw on... Oh my. I'm just gonna throw on the AK for most folks, unless they have a specific desire. Let me see. Bolt cutters is not a bad idea. I think we take some bolt cutters. Smoke grenades, again, not going to be super useful in the dark. So we'll take some incendiaries instead. I do like burning stuff. We'll swap out all the smokes with flashbangs to make sure that we've actually got some utility there. Alright. Got the right up? No, that's not the right optic. That is the 4X. I want the 3.5. There we go. Max has still got the long gun. I don't think that's a terrible idea. I think having at least one sniper on the team is going to be good. Autumn says Artemis is the name. Well, there we go. So, chat, if you're playing BTA before we get around to it on stream, keep an eye out for Artemis. No telling when they're actually going to put it into the mod pack. I mean, I'm sure there's a waiting list, so it's probably not going to be right away. But keep an eye out. Let me see. Bolt cutters, grenades, 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 grenades. Yeah, chat, I think we're good. I think we're good. Oh, they just did. Okay, there you go. No, Max isn't balancing the helmet on. Look, his hair is luscious and outstanding, but it's malleable enough that he can, like, you know, make it into a fancy ponytail or a bun and then put the helmet on. Look, this may be a cult, but we have rules, okay? And this hair is very obviously out of regulation. So, if this was preventing him from wearing the helmet, I would have made him cut it off. The only reason that this is allowed is because he's still able to wear his helmet like he's supposed to. Yeah, exactly. Like, it just immediately pops back to this position as soon as he takes the helmet off. Just saying. Also had to put a Firestarter variant in based on the Disco Inferno a ways back that apparently mostly shows up with the first tier. I mean, it's very fitting, Erst. It's very fitting. I mean, to be fair, I think if Max were to put some hair gel in this and some styler, you could probably double this as a helmet. Like, this would definitely count as a hard hat, but maybe a ballistic helmet as well. Anyway, chat, I think it's time to get the party started. I have no idea what we're getting ourselves into, so let's read the briefing here. We got hostages that must survive or be rescued. I have some bad news. And then what else do we got? We got eliminate all terrorists. God bless it, keep the thing up. Last night, a bus transporting National Police recruits was intercepted by a jihadi cell. They have taken the hostages to a compound deep in the mountains to create a propaganda video out of their execution. Rescue the hostages or clear the compound. We've heard rumors of this compound but haven't been able to validate them until now. It's the remnants of an old Soviet base cut deep into the cliffside. Clearing the enemy from it will be a challenge as it's highly guarded and well lit with a machine gun nest holding down the main approach. Reach them before it's too late. I mean, you say that. We're not going in with suppressed weapons, so yeah. I feel like I feel like the hostages are not gonna survive. I feel like they're not gonna survive. Because the second they hear the gunfire, they're probably gonna go for broke, and the hostages are gonna be in trouble. And Game Master Hub, the man, the myth, the legend himself, rolling in the chat on a Sunday. Good to see you, glad to have you. And hopefully the weekend has been treating you well so far. Only thing suppressed are the fists. Look, Reploid, don't tempt me, okay? Because then a bunch of people are gonna die, but it's not gonna be on the bad guy's side. Who are the hostages? Apparently police recruits. They stopped a bus full of police recruits headed to training, and they're gonna execute them as a warning, which is a thing that sadly happened more than once in the theater upon which this game is based. So if they have a machine gun watching the main road, I don't know where that machine gun is, but I would assume it's gonna be here? At least according to their description. They've also got some sandbags over here, so there may be machine guns covering these positions as well. Again, we're gonna have to work with darkness on this one. but let's get the party started. Let's get the party started. We might as well have Vio up front since he's got the machine gun, and then we'll bring in a couple of rifles behind him. Let's see. Because of the situation, it's there we go. You say because of the situation, it's probably better to have our marksman up in this direction so that he can kind of see down this way. Let me see. At this point, I'm just kind of double checking because it's not very clear, but I want to know like where the limits of the map are. Okay. So there's not really any way to sneak around. We're just gonna have to go this way. Or go up this direction. So we've only got two options here. We can go here, we can go here. But I was hoping there might be a back way around this side or up the mountain here, but they're not giving us that. So that's a little bit rough. It's a little bit rough. For now, I think we just have our second element roll up here and stay ready to move. And we'll hope nobody gets shot. Okay.
On standby.
So far, so good. So let's have Vio watch this angle and we'll have him peek out a little bit. Alright, we'll continue to peek. In the meantime, I'm going to move these guys up, but I'm not going to cross Max's line of fire just yet. So let's get down here and I want you watching this direction. Alright, there we go. So the real question is, they mentioned a machine gun. They mentioned a machine gun, but I don't know if it's going to be here or here. I mean, it could be somewhere through this direction. Like, this whole main avenue could be under cover of a machine gun. Which is going to be really bad if it's the case, but I don't know for sure. So we'll get a couple of people over these barricades first. And then once we've secured, like, this area, then I'll go ahead and move up our second element. And what do we got? Is this an executioner? He is an executioner. For whatever reason, he has not heard or been alerted by the gunfire. I'm not going to question it. Yes, I know. Thank you. I'm taking this very slow. Okay, there we go. Now, first things first, I'm the realist. I want you to double time it in case they come out that gate. And you continue to move up.
I hope this thing was worth it.
Okay. Yep, that's exactly what I was afraid of. So let's get you kind of pieing out this door to hold it down. And in the meantime, I'll have Kailania back up a little bit. Actually, you know what? We need to move forward. We need to move forward. Just to double check. Just to double check. Okay, so far so good. Now it's time to move up our second element. And we'll continue to have our guys hold the back passage here, at least until we've had a chance to get everybody else up here, and then we'll go ahead and peel back. So you guys go ahead and double time it for me.
We're ready to go, sir.
So that we're not waiting too much. And just to be safe, I'm gonna go ahead and pie out the rest of this little hole right here, because we have found out the hard way that somebody could absolutely be hiding in this little sliver, and I'm not gonna find out the hard way again. So let's double check. All right, we're good. Might need to pie this door a little bit. Don't want to leave our second element exposed as they advance. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put you here. Because I don't know if we're going to have QRF. They didn't mention any potential QRF. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we won't have one. So better to hold what we got for now. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll bring our gunner up on the rear. Go ahead and bring up Max as well so that he can hold the long angle on the gate here.
When in doubt, throw more men at it. Left, right, left.
Alright. And then once we get Max posted up here, then we can start moving in. As a matter of fact, give me a little bit more here. There we go. That'll be good to hold that angle. So let's get our second element up to the gate. And we'll bring our LMG in behind.
Capturing it was easy. Holding it will be hard.
I'm concerned about this angle. I don't like this angle. Because we're holding the central area here, so we're good on the, like, this is clear. This is clear. We can see up to, like, this point. But what concerns me is, like, what's down this alleyway and what's potentially down this hallway. Those are the angles that I don't like. Maybe the executioner assumes the gunfire is celebratory. I mean, this is the Middle East. That's absolutely a thing that people do to celebrate. Maybe somebody got laid and they're excited, so they're going off, literally. And also figuratively. I don't know. We'll just have to be careful and hope for the best here. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna put element 2 on stop to fire. So that way, if they do see someone, instead of trying to fire as they move, they're actually going to pause to take the shot. Always mind your corner, kids, no matter what continent you're on. Correct. And always check the shitter. Always check the shitter. As we have learned the hard way multiple times. Okay, now that we're here, we'll bring in the LMG and we'll hold this angle here. Yeah. For whatever reason, Max does not seem to be able to see that enemy. Because we saw an enemy very briefly, but for whatever reason, like... Oh, I see. It's an executioner. Got it. So let's move up our second element again. And then we'll bring up the other half of our second element because I'm going to send one element to clear here and have one element start to clear this main avenue. As a matter of fact, I'm going to break you guys off here a little bit. We'll do a 3-man and a 3-man because I want the LMG and the sniper, I want the LMG and the sniper covering the long angle. So we'll pull everybody else back, get over the sandbags, there we go. And then we'll send in 2 3-man elements. And hopefully that will be what we need here. So everybody on stop to fire. And then we'll make entrance here. I do not like these angles though. That's the thing is, like, these angles are very, very bad. But is this okay? No, that's a power box. Or no, that's a light. I thought it was a power box. Destinkifying procedures complete. I am a clean donkey now. I mean, troubleshooter, is a donkey ever really clean? Because, like, I have bathed donkeys before, and they still smell like donkeys when you're done. But thank you, Elijah Snow, for the 18 months at Tier 1. That is a year and a half in the cult of bad tactical decisions. I do appreciate the extensive support. You don't have to do that, but thank you for sticking with me for a year and a half. And we got Nikolai as well, resubscribing for a 6th month, saying, in the words of a talented singer, here I am. Well, good to see you, Nikolai, once again, and thank you for joining us on this Sunday stream. And of course, thank you for the 6 months, the half a year of support here in the cult of bad tactical decisions. Always glad to have you. They're still adorable. Don't get me wrong, like, the stinkification of the donkey has very little to do with whether or not the donkey is adorable. I'm just saying, donkey's gonna smell like donkeys. It like, they can't help it. It's just who and what they are. Anyway, let's get in here, chat. Let's see what we can do. Let me see. Who's gonna... I mean, I feel like the AUG is good, but I feel like the bitch is gonna be the better close range weapon. So we'll send in Travis as our point man here. And then let's bring up the rest of the element. In the meantime, we gotta move up these guys and see what we can do to start clearing out these buildings. As a matter of fact, it might be better to head down this way first, just so that we're helping cover the rest of our team. Oh, some of you are much faster than others, so let's go ahead and turn on the match speed as well. So that way we don't have certain people just speeding out ahead of everybody else. So this door, I think this switch is probably going to go to this door, which will then let us get out here and potentially take out the executioners. So I think we want to wait before we do that. Let's go ahead and we'll match speed on all of these folks as well. And we're just basically going to pie both of these doors at the same time and hold them clear. So you need to back up a little bit to clear your gun. You as well, do the same. And then, man, we don't really have a lot of room in here, unfortunately. And I'm reluctant to use a grenade, because if we use a grenade, it might blow this door open. And if we blow this door open, it might lead us to engaging with this executioner before we're ready to do it. There's definitely not a lot of room to work here. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's move up here. We'll move up here. So we're still holding the angle, but like diagonally. And then give it the old kick.
It is my duty to serve.
There we go. That's a door kick, Chet. That's one. That is one. If you're keeping count. Go ahead and you guys watch that angle for me. And then let's smash this window and see if it gets anybody's attention. It did indeed. That's exactly what I was hoping for. In the meantime, let's move this element in. I want you to immediately look to your right and then focus downstream. Just making sure there's nobody in that, Oh yeah, that dude was screwed. He had like 5 guns pointing at him the second he came out that door. Alright, let's go ahead and get our backup gunner in here. watch this long angle, and in the meantime, Brewster, I want you holding the door here. Alright. It's very ugly and I don't like it. It's very ugly and I don't like it. Look, chat, look at these fucking hallways. There's enough room for one dude in here. Look at how thin this corridor is. Like, this is so dangerous and I do not like it at all. As a matter of fact, just to make sure you got your gun up,
sir.
I want you on your sidearm.
When in doubt, throw more men at it.
Okay, it's clear. It's clear. Go ahead and kick the door.
Lift, right, left.
Alright, nothing.
Where do you want us, sir?
So long gun
On
back
standby.
out. God, this is so sketchy though. I do not like it at all. As a matter of fact, I tell you what, let's back it up. No, because then we're gonna bust open the door. I'm trying not to I don't want to open this gate until I have my people in position and I'm ready to open it. Because I don't know if this is I can't tell if this is open or if this is blocked off. Because what's going to happen is as soon as this gate opens, if the executioner is here, we're going to need to gun him down. But we don't know if there's potentially more people here, behind the cameras. So, I don't think there's just going to be, for this many people, there's not going to be just one executioner. Or at least it doesn't make sense for there to be only one executioner. This looks like firing squad shit. So my assumption is that there's probably more people. I don't know how many more, but my assumption is that there's more people fanned out behind the camera. So that's why I want to make sure everybody's in position before we bust that door open, just in case that ends up being the case. So that we don't suddenly have our people, getting gunned down because there's 8 guys standing there. Let me see. Let's do this. I want to back you up. Again, I want guns up. And let's be very, very careful here. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Lift, right, left. Oh, this was worth it.
Chet, you see this? Do you see this? I almost got Travis killed because I completely ignored this fucking room. I got sidetracked because I was so worried about this, and I completely forgot about this fucking room. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's get in here and make sure the fucking room is clear. Jesus Christ. I'm off to a bad start. I'm off to a very bad start, because that could have been a disaster. The only reason that it wasn't... Oh my. The only reason that it wasn't a disaster is because Travis was very quick on the draw and just immediately gave that dude a butt stroke across his chin. And not the good kind of butt stroke. So, if he hadn't been so quick on that melee, it might have been bad news bears. Alright, let's see. God, this executioner's just, pointed right at these guys. Okay, back it up just a little bit, and then you kick the door for me. I want that.
Tango down.
Outstanding, but Travis got hit. Bag it up. Bag it up. So as expected, there were more people here. I'm glad I had more guns. Now, up here in the north end, we still have people occasionally squirting out of the various buildings. But I want to go ahead and clear this first, and then we'll start clearing the buildings. I'm not good at multitasking.
Yeah.
It's a mission, he doesn't stay dead. I'm still angry about it. This is one of those things. And I gotta get better about it. I gotta get better about it. So, what happened here? What happened here? I moved Brewster up from his position here along the wall. Now, normally, Brewster's cone of vision would be roughly 90 degrees. So, something like this. From this position, he should, in theory, be able to see all of this. Which means we should have been able to see this guy. However, because we're wearing the NVGs, our field of view, as you can clearly see here, rather than the 90 degrees, or listen, Wasteland, I need you to rather than the roughly 90 degrees that we would have here normally, if we were not wearing NVGs, you can see that the cone of vision is much narrower, more like 45. And that's something I need to get better about. Because I always forget when we're doing night missions, and that's why, if you notice, a lot of people have died on night missions. Because I do that. I forget that when you have the NVGs on, your field of vision is narrower, so that I'm like, okay, I can send one guy to come down this hallway and he can watch this entire angle, except he can't with the NVGs. Yeah, to Elijah's point, this is a game that understands that NVGs are not a superpower. I mean, they can be overpowered in the right situations. But when you don't have the element of surprise and everybody knows you're here, the NVGs just help you see. But only in the direction that you're facing. Can you do a Madden impression? I mean, I don't think so, but... Well, you see, what we gotta do here, Bob, is we gotta look at this guy here, because he's gonna run the play right up into the end zone here. But what's gonna happen is we need our guys to run a line defense right here, because if we don't have them doing that, then you got this angle, and then you got all your guys coming up in here, and it's gonna be bad. It's gonna look like a bad German porno, except there's not gonna be any scat anywhere in this place, and that... Sorry, I'm not very good at coming up with that on the fly, but... You get what I'm talking about. Because this guy thinks he's hot shit, I'm gonna show him what hot shit looks like. Oh yeah, you know what? You forgot about the tight ends. The tight ends all up in here, and then, you know, it's gonna be coming right up in here, and these two guys, especially down at the end, I'm telling you.
We've done this one 100 times.
That's hot shit, buddy. I mean, I say that. I really should have thrown an incendiary now that I think about it. TTP, chat. TTP. Alright, let's finish clearing this out. Well, I say finish clearing this out. I don't even know for sure that we've cleared it. 1 hour and 33 minutes. I mean, technically it was only about 1 hour and 31 minutes. So let's do this, and we'll do this. Where the fuck did that? Oh, he came around the bus. I was trying to figure out where this guy came from, and I was like, oh, he just walked around the bus. Is this guy? What? Okay, got it. Give me a reload real quick.
Yes, sir. I hope this thing was worth it.
And if you don't mind, have a look down
sir.
here. Where did he go, Chad? Where did he go? There's a dude that was right here and he didn't move. Where did he go? Okay, there we go.
Holding it will be hard.
Good lord, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? He apparently, he moved back over here, so he was right here. It wasn't until I moved Travis over here to get a little better angle that he was actually able to see the guy. So that makes a little more sense. But yeah, as expected, we had a bunch of guys fanned out behind the cameras, so I'm glad that we approached that with that assumption in mind. You know what? Can I... No, I want you... yeah, that. No, right here?
Roger.
I want you to mount the weapon, and I want you to look in this direction. Oh, well apparently I can't decide which direction you face when you have the dish guy, which is unfortunate. But we can at least hold this position and try to keep the hostages safe. And then we'll have to move our other element up here. And Dark Naze gifting another sub, this time to Dangerous Dave 1983. Thank you for the gifted sub, Dark Naze, once again. And Dangerous Dave, welcome into the cult of bad tactical decisions, where we have only one flavor of Kool-Aid, but it is Ecto Cooler. How did Brewster die? I did a dumb. So we went through here. I had Brewster walking along this wall, and I had them facing in this direction roughly, and I forgot that, like, our people have a restricted cone of vision. I forgot that we had a restricted cone of vision with NVGs, and so there was a guy basically right here, but Brewster was not able to see him because of the restricted cone, and he just got shot in the side of the face. It's me, BLM. Oh, okay, I got you. Outstanding. Well, welcome back then. I was about to say, you have a pretty fancy badge there, a 1-year badge for not having been here before, or at least not being a name that I recognize. So there you go, chat. For those of you that did not know, Dangerous Dave is in fact BLM dated. So you don't have to take it upon yourself to slap him with gift subs just because you don't recognize him. Alright, let us... God, I don't like this at all. I do not like it. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Give me a grenade. Alright. That did not go the way that I planned. So I want you to do this. Because we gotta hold an angle here. Maybe not from there. Because this is weird though, because one, this executioner is still sitting here, and two, we continue to have these little squirters coming out of these buildings even now. Like, look at how many people we have gunned down just in this central avenue. And, of course, like, we're still, like, they still continue to just pop out occasionally. Also, I need to make sure that our people get reloaded, because
We're ready to go, sir.
we got a lot of people that are running low on
Time to
ammo.
earn our keep.
Alright. So with that angle held, let's go ahead and I'm gonna move you forward. No, I don't like it. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do instead. I'm gonna move you to right up here. And then just for funsies, I'm gonna put a grenade in here.
Use the friends.
And I want you to come up this direction to kind of get a weird angle on that door. Okay. Double check. Double check. I don't like it. I don't like it. I do not like it. I want you to watch this angle the entire time. Alright. Outstanding. Now, we're holding this angle, but he's still potentially in danger, so I'm going to immediately double time in here.
Like lightning.
But I want you to stop
We're
running
ready
here.
to go, sir.
There we go. Outstanding. Now, you're going to hold that. And now we'll go ahead and bring Dragon Nonsense up here. And we'll continue to clear these buildings. I don't like it, though. I do not like these angles. I really don't. Let me see. We could potentially have hostages in here, which is why I'm not just immediately fragging every potential angle. Because I don't know if there are hostages in any of these rooms. They've made it very clear that there are some here. But I don't, because we have an executioner here, it makes me think that there may be hostages elsewhere. Like potentially in this room, because it looks like a cell. But then we could potentially have some in here. Maybe in these bedrooms. I mean, there could potentially be hostages all over the place. No, the door didn't suddenly open. The door was already open, if you're talking about this one. Essentially what happens is, because of the fog of war, if we don't have visual confirmation, like, we know this door is here, and we know that it would normally be closed, but until we actually put eyes on it, we don't know the status of that door. So once my people actually see it, and they're like, oh, the door's open. So if we knew that there was an enemy in this room somewhere, then that would be our indication of, oh, someone has either gone into or come out of this doorway. If we're only just now putting eyes on the door. Alright, I want to do this.
What are your orders?
And you have a flashbang, so flash the room.
We've done this one 100 times.
Okay, I think we're clear. Yeah, we're clear. So let's get in here.
Time to
We'll do
earn
whatever
our
this
keep.
does. Okay, so that's just gonna
This
kill the
thing was
lights.
worth it.
That's just gonna kill the lights. So we'll go ahead and move forward. I want you to try to watch this angle, because that's about the best I can do given the circumstances. In the meantime, I'm going to move you up so you can watch this angle. And then we'll pull our mans out of here. God, I don't like this at all. Schrodinger's door. Correct. Correct. It is both open and closed until we observe it to know that its state. I don't think there's gonna be anybody in that building, but I'm still gonna hold that angle just in case. Because what I'm gonna have to do is have Dragon Nonsense come over here. And again, we're gonna switch to
It's
the
my duty
sidearm
to serve.
so that you've got a little more dexterity, and
Where do you
then
want us, sir?
kick the door. Outstanding. And then immediately pie that room out. Alright, we're good.
Sir, yes, sir. I hope this thing was worth it.
I promise you, the Emperor says that it was worth it. Okay, we'll do the same thing here. Just watch that angle. And then we'll go around, come up on this side. Double check our angle, make sure we're not going to get snuck up on here, and then we bust in the door.
We'll be in and out like lightning.
I want you to watch this angle. Alright, looks clear. Outstanding. Still very, very dangerous because I don't know what this building looks like. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna find out what this building looks like.
We've done this one 100 times.
Because I already put a grenade in here, and we put a grenade in here. So the only place that somebody could still potentially be is in, like, this little section. So as long as we watch this direction, we shouldn't have to worry too much about getting snuck up on. I'm gonna put one person on the overwatch for the hostages, and I'm gonna pull one person back. Because we need more dudes. Ah, there we go. We'll bring up Vio as well. Kailania would have died there if there was somewhere where you had that D nonsense. I mean, you're not wrong.
Present and accounted for, sir.
You're not wrong. And I still don't like this fucking executioner being here. I kind of want to throw a grenade, like, right here, just to try to get him through the window. But at the same time, I don't, like, if he starts running, I don't know if he's then going to, like, go and kill a hostage that's somewhere that we can't see. I tell you what, I know how to solve this problem. I know how to solve this problem. First, we make entry into this hallway, and we make sure that we clear it, so that way, if he comes through here, we'll get him. So up on the door, please.
We will serve.
Give it the kick. And we'll do this, but I want you watching that direction just in case. And now we try the cheeky grenade. Want to make sure we got the red over him. Okay, that is not where I told you to put that grenade. Try again. Suck less this time, Travis. Chad. Travis is having some issues getting on target with the grenade. Okay, there we go. It took this isn't just me, right? I want to make sure I'm not losing my mind. Because I told him to put the grenade here, and the grenade landed here. I told him to put the grenade here, and the grenade landed here. Then I tell him to put the grenade here, and it lands here. Like, I don't know. It's a ball they roll. Shut up, Urs. It's not a ball. It's an RGD-5. Okay? It's not a ball. It's an egg. Or roughly egg-shaped. It's a capsule. That's the shape I was thinking of. Shut up, Dave. This is a video game. Physics don't apply. Alright, let's get in here and we'll continue to clear the room. Let our people hold what they got. Alright, go ahead and get up on the corner, and then just for funsies, give me a flash.
We've done this one 100 times.
No audio, so let's go ahead and clear the corner. Looks good. So this is definitely a cell. Go ahead and back up for me, just in case. See, like, there's a box here. It's probably for this gate. And then there's a box here, which I'm guessing is for maybe the spotlight? Where does... Listen, Ernst. I'm gonna... Chet, I'm gonna explain something to you, but I'm gonna explain it for Ernst's benefit. Alright? You may think, because Ernst and Sierra have been given the privilege of the green sword, that this now absolves them of me doing stuff like timing them out. You'd be wrong. I can absolutely do it. However, if I do that, it immediately removes mod privileges from the people in question if they had them to begin with. If you think for 1 second that I will not go through the trouble of timing you out and then remodding you just to prove a point, then you don't know me very well. Says the booba strimmer that has only ever timed out one person, and it was for 1 second. I do not like this set of angles. I don't like it at all. No, I want that. There we go. Give me static. Okay, there's nobody in there. That's not what I was expecting. I was expecting there to be a prisoner in that room. Alright, so potentially there's somebody in this room? Question mark?
Where do you want us, sir?
I want you right where you're at, and I want you to shut up, sir. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll grab this angle on the room.
We'll be in and
We'll
out
kick the
like
door.
lightning.
Again, it just looks like the executioner. But let's put a flash in here just to be
We've
safe.
got experience in these things.
Okay. Looks relatively clean. Alright, we're good. So that's one building clear. I'm pretty sure this is clear unless there's somebody in this back room. We'll definitely have to check that. As a matter of fact, we can use our 2-man element to check that. Travis has been shot up a little bit. So we'll send in our man Vio with his Price mustache. Because remember, I have changed LMGs so that they are not, in fact, machine guns, but now count as assault rifles. Well, the RPK anyway. Because the RPK is just a big boy assault rifle. Speaking of, I want you to swap over. Oh no, Vio's only got the Makarov. This might be bad.
What are your orders? Left,
Kick the door.
left, right, left,
Now real quick, switch back,
left, right, left.
and then let's pie this room out. Always check the shitter chat. Toilets are not to be trusted. In fact, they cannot be trusted. All that space and the dude camps a window. Look, the AI is not actually that smart in this game. It's just the way that they're positioned can sometimes make it seem like they are. Let's see, I want you facing that direction. We'll go ahead and bring up Travis to this corner. I want you facing that direction. And while we're doing that, I'm going to have you come around this corner just to make sure there's nobody back there. Outstanding. Can we potentially... No, we cannot. Damn it. I was hoping we could get a grenade through that window, but the game says no. So now that we've done all that, let's go ahead and get our mans up here. Because we know everything is clear up to this point. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Max up a little farther and have him watching this angle. Flush the shitter, they might hide in the bowl. You never know. You never know. Why you want to trust a toilet? I don't trust a toilet. I never trust a toilet. Not in this country, anyway. That's right, I forgot I need to put my toggles on here. I don't think there's anybody back here. I might regret not covering that back alley there, but we're just gonna go with it. Let's go ahead and we'll move over here. Get our element outside. I want you to give me dragon nonsense because I want you watching this, and then that. And then for you, Static, I want you watching this doorway once you get up there and to just hold that angle. Alright, cool. So we're clear to make entry. Let's go ahead and do it. And then I'll have Kailania come up behind just to make sure that we're good. So now we know that angle's clear. We can go ahead and hold this one. And let's start our clear here. I want you focused right there. And let's just, I'll tell you what, let's do this. And then I want you to pull back.
We've got experience in these things.
Okay, that did not get anybody to audio, so I'm gonna take the risk and we're gonna round these corners and try to hold the doors. Okay, outstanding, outstanding. Cherry bomb the toilet. I mean, we didn't take care of that one. And I don't actually see another shitter. I'll tell you what, chat. We gotta make sure the job's done. We gotta make sure the job's done. And while Travis is taking care of that, we're gonna clear out these rooms.
We've done this one 100 times.
Okay, looks good. Go ahead and move up. No, I want you to, like, look this direction, please. Alright, cool. We're clear. We got no more flashbangs. Yeah, no more flashbangs. If there's a hostage in here, I apologize in advance. Alright. The shitter has been bombed. Let it never be said that we didn't do the job 100%. I want you focused on this, and give me, there we go, I was about to say, give me bio. And there we go, we'll go ahead and we'll advance on this building. That's the last building in the compound. So I want you watching this direction, just in case we have some friends. Alright, now we'll move our boys up. Get around the corner, and we'll hold these angles. Okay. Where? Oh, okay, you're shooting at him. Got it. Wait, where the fuck did you see this guy from? Chat, how did we see that guy? This gate is closed, and this is a solid wall. How did we see this guy? I don't understand how we saw that guy. Good job. Well, there we go. Oh, you know what? The car was a snitch. That's probably what it was. You're right. You're right. Maybe the dude is really tall. You know, technically it's a top-down game. It's top-down game. Maybe Dragon Nonsense is in fact 12 feet tall and he saw over the wall. Anything's possible. Anything's possible.